with the latest updates from We Share Abundance and associated programs. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We are an emerging nation. We've been around for about 3 years, putting in really solid foundations. We have our own economy, treasury, currency, social services, this sort of thing, like any other nation has. And now we're building industries to generate income, to improve the standard of living within our community. Who can be a member of our community? Anybody. We're the United States of the world, and we're on a mission to banish poverty. We would love you to join us, no matter where you're from, whichever continent, country, colour, class, creed, gender, background, financial status, educational level, none of it matters. We don't recognise any of those differences. We're non-separatist, and we see everybody just as a human being, totally unique, and so with something unique to offer our community, and so of equal value to every other member of our community. With that said, we should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. I see we've got somebody in the chat already, and I think it's probably, no, it isn't. It's somebody in Facebook. I thought it would be Lewis from Portugal. He's usually in YouTube early. Okay, so I'm going to head over to Facebook right now so we can see the comments and who's making them, answer any questions, and get on with the process of keeping you updated. So I'm in Facebook and I'm going to look for We Share Abundance Publicly group. Excuse me, feels a bit froggy, or sounds a bit froggy, don't feel it. When I get to the group, I'm going to be making sure my speakers are off so that we don't get any feedback. And then I'll be looking for the 4th of May. It's commonly known or often known as Star Wars Day, isn't it? Where are we? May the 4th. Star Wars fans always saying, you know, may the 4th be with you. And, you know, I'm not going to get involved in that any more than I have already. Okay, it's Werner from South Africa, who's top of the comments list, followed by Kingsley from Manchester, UK. And he's letting me know I'm coming through loud and clear. Thanks, Kingsley. Yeah, we're starting in a moment with a very short prayer. Got Richard in as well from Devon, not far from me. We're both in the Southwest Peninsula, enjoying a bit of rain at the moment here. But it's been pretty dry most of the day, although late afternoon we have had some quite heavy rain. Yeah, we'll be getting started with a little short prayer to help us find true happiness in life. True happiness is what we all seek, and even though we don't often think that that's what we're after, we think maybe we're after that new house or the car or a better relationship or whatever. But it ultimately boils down to us wanting to be happy, and you can't buy that. Yeah, you can get short-term pleasure out of the car or the house or the relationship or whatever it may be. But you can be wanting more and more because there's going to be something missing. And that missing thing is loving service to other people. That's the only thing that will fill that hole within you, make you feel contented and happy constantly. The great thing about it is when you make that your goal, everything that you want and need material in life will flow to you. So it's a very sound process, a very good way to go. We'll follow the little prayer with a very short affirmation, and that affirmation is about that non-separatist ideology we have. It just helps us shed any prejudices and see people just as human beings. We're all the same underneath, regardless of the facade that we put on, that veneer. Deep down, we are just all human beings created in God's image. Okay, and we've got Deborah in from Southern Alabama, USA. Um, and we'll get started right away now with 7 minutes, probably 7.5, with that little short prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, bless each member that they may find the joy of service. And through service, bless each member that they may attract into their life true happiness and everything they want and need. Amen. And the little affirmation we have, we're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, we have also Rosina in from Edinburgh, up in Scotland. Um, right, what's the news? Okay, we've been working on Remuno and we're getting a lot of things sorted out there now. We should have it operational by the end of the week tomorrow. They have made big improvements in the way that things are done and the way they work, and it's just a matter of time getting that all sorted out and loaded. Fingers crossed, should be tomorrow. We found, or I came across a bug because I got all how about this? I got all the secondary stakes paid today. I didn't think I'd get them all done. It's mean I've not done some other things, but I mean I plowed through them and I got all the secondary stakes paid. And I was even uh, on such a good run. I was going to get the stable stakes paid as well. Um, but the first one I paid, I couldn't process it, or didn't process properly. It processed from the point of view of the payment went through to the person, but the update in the office side, in admin, so that it showed as paid in your member's account and things like that, didn't process. So we've had to track that down and sort that one out. But that's been done now. So I'm looking to get onto those, and we'll get those definitely paid this weekend. I'm not sure how many there are. They're quite a lot, but it depends on where they are. Actually, I mean, if the people that we're paying have Binance accounts, um, and I know that's not available to all people anyway, but if they do, it's much faster to make the payment, and there are no fees involved in it either. So you get everything that is due to you with no fees deducted by Binance, because we're paying through Binance. But if it's going somewhere else, it takes a while for us to get the TXID, and it only costs you $1, but it costs you $1 in fees. Binance is probably as low fee as you can find, which is why we're there. Um, and it takes quite a lot longer. So it depends on how many are in Binance and how many are not, as to how quick we can get through them all. So we'll see, but they will get done this weekend. I'm pretty sure that they'll all be completed this weekend. I would have got through quite a lot of today had it not been for that bug. But there we go. Um, Fun Miracles having problems with this for the um, system to prevent people using bots and cheating the system. We'll get there, but it is the thing that's holding us up at the moment. We would had this not have come to light as a possibility, we'd have signed the contract already. But it was actually one of our members who pointed out that they've been involved in a general knowledge, um, which is basically what it is, site, question site, and they'd had to shut down because of bots. And so we didn't want to just get going and then be, and we're certainly going to be a target for bots because you only have to win 7 games to win over $35,000. No, over $30,000. Sorry, over $30,000. It's not 35. But it's still going to attract dishonest people. It's worthwhile them paying to have that bot built to attack the system. Not attack it in the fact of they're going to destroy the system, but that they're going to use the bot to get the right answers all the time and block the genuine, honest member from winning because they're going to just go through, boom, 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 win. And we can't have that as a situation, and so that at the moment is the stumbling block. There are solutions that we're looking at, but we've not properly decided on one. We may even have to go with multiple solutions because the people that have these bots are very clever, and we need to be on top of our game to make sure that they don't win, and allow our genuine players to win. It wasn't something I'd ever considered, but I'm fortunate, or I believe we're fortunate in having this being brought to light, because the more we get into looking at it, the more complex it is. And we thought we'd got all the complexities out of the way with how to produce millions of unique questions. We've overcome that hurdle. And as I said, we were about to put pen to paper when this came up, and it's just grown in importance the more we've delved into it. I have no doubt that we will find the solution and we will find a way to move forward, but we haven't found it yet. It is basically where we are. So that is where we are on the Fun Miracles site. I'm hoping it won't take us too long to get it sorted out, but I don't know. Until we actually have the solution or solutions, then we can't move forward with it. Okay. I see we've got Andrew in from New Zealand as well. So that's where we are with the Fun Miracles. It's stalled a little bit. But as we always do, we will overcome any obstacles and get there. I've not chased up ROI tips. I know that they're into different things, into the funnel builder that we had to get them, and they're into Facebook and things like that. But I've not been in contact with them. I've just at the time today. I'll try and get in touch with them tomorrow, and if I don't, it's going to be Monday by the time, because they're not there over the weekend. But it must be getting close to getting um, that campaign, that first campaign running. Once we've got the first one running, it's going to be easier, because we're going to be putting the second one in place and getting that going, and we're going to get running consecutively in the near future. It's all good news. It's just that it doesn't happen as quickly as we would like, but it is all good news. We've got Andrew in as well from New Zealand. Happy New Year. He says, yeah, happy Friday to you. Good morning, Andrew. So that is where we are with that. I know we had a couple of people that normally do the KYC verifications not available today, and so I went through and cleared a bunch of them. There were, I think, about a dozen in there, and so I stepped up to the mark, and I went through them and processed them. Probably not as efficiently and effectively as the people that are used to doing it, but I got it done. So we kept up to date pretty much with it. What else do I? Oh yeah, all our in-house stuff is okay, because it's all under our control. And okay, sometimes it doesn't move as quickly as we'd like the marketing campaigns, the Turnkey Cash Cow, but it's very close. Like the Fund Miracle site, which was almost signed off. I'm glad it wasn't, because we need to overcome the possibility of that cheating through bots. We'll get there pretty quickly, but that's all under our control. We know that we're not going to stop. We're just heading in the right direction, and it'll get there. There are other things that we have that are outside of our community that are also income producing for us. Some of them we consider to be really solid, like Vortic. I think anybody that hasn't got an account in Vortic should get one. I know some people can't afford it, and that's why we set up that Vortic 10K club. And I think that pays out at the beginning of July. I've got a feeling it's July the 4th or the 5th. And I remember the date because of it being Independence Day in America. And that will enable a lot of people to get their own accounts in Vortic once that starts paying out. Because I think Vortic is here to be long term, very reliable, very solid. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward also to getting the funds together to get involved in the incomation plan. I think that is a tremendous plan, very, very solid. It's not going to make you a millionaire, but it would certainly allow you to live in comfort and luxury. You can build that certainly to $14,000 to $20,000 a month income. Very solid, very reliable income. The Coin Market Bull is going well. We had a bit of a boost today in Coin Market Bull. Somebody must have joined with our link, I think, because we normally have about $10 in referral income a day from Coin Market Bull, but it was up to 34 today. And we now have $1,785.44 in Coin Market Bull, and that is in a couple of months. something like that, from $150 that we started with in there. $200 really, because $50, you have to pay $50 annual fee. So it's like $200 we started, but only 150 in the investment side. And it's in a couple of months we've got up there to $1,785.44, and it's growing nice and steadily. I say the normal referral income is running. Sometimes it's only about $8 or $9, $10, $11. It's averaging probably about $10 normally. Let's say today we had that boost; it was $34. So that was a happy event when I spotted that today. But it looks like a good, solid program as well. We never know, do we? We never know what is going to happen, what is going to transpire. That's why we must have multiple income streams. I've spent quite a lot of time talking with Rebecca today from the Double Up Plan. And I don't know what to make of this. I don't, honestly. I obviously do whatever I can to help Rebecca get people verified and paid and everything. It's very easily upset. So you have to be very, very careful in how you handle things. But I think gradually we're winning her over onto our side. If we could avoid one or two people in our group constantly upsetting the apple cart a little bit. But gradually, I think we're winning her over and we're getting things sorted out. Is it something I would highly recommend? No, it isn't, not at the moment. Well, if we get everything up to date and everything is paying as it should and everything else, then we can revisit that. But at the moment, I would say no, stay clear of it until we do get to that stage. The people that are already in there, fine, you're already in there. It's up to you what you do once you are in profit. But get your seed capital out, okay? I know there are quite a few people waiting for verifications and things, and there's nothing more than we're doing than we can do to get those processed. You just got to be patient. If there was anything more we could do, we would be doing it. There is another program which we've got about 100 people that have requested information on it. That I said it's very high risk, but it's very high reward. It pays 5 times your deposit and sometimes more in 15 days. Is it going to pay out? I don't know. We put our money in. We're not due to get paid until I think it's the 14th of this month. And so it is a bit closer than it was. I know we've got 1 or 2 people that have put some money in. The minimum is $100. If it pays out, to get $500 in 15 days is remarkable. If it doesn't pay out, then you've lost $100. So you've got to be aware of that and not put in anything that you're not prepared to lose. If it wins once, then you're okay, because you've got so much profit. You can, let's suppose you start with $100, you get $500 back if it pays out. Take a couple of hundred out. You're then $100 in profit. You can't lose. Put 300 back in. If that continues to pay out in another 15 days, you've got $1,500. Take 500 out, so you've now got 600 profit. And put 1,000 in, and if that pays out in 15 days, then you've got $5,000. What you do with it at that point, it's up to you. But in 45 days, you've turned 100 into $5,000. It's getting through that first 15 days, because even if it doesn't pay out, if you get your 500, you put 300 back in. If it doesn't pay out in the second 15 days, what have you lost? Okay, you've lost. I suppose you could look at it with a half-empty glass attitude and say, well, I've lost 300 because I had that in my hand and I put it in. But in actual fact, you're $100 in profit because you took your seed capital out and you took $100 profit out. You're $100 in profit. And if it doesn't go for another 15 days, okay, you've still made $100. If it does, you've made even more. So it's getting through that first 15 days. Will we do it? I don't know. All we can do is say, I'm prepared to risk it for the reward, or I'm not prepared to risk it for the potential reward. Whatever your choice is the right choice for you. The one thing I will say is they have updated how they're doing things. They're doing it through Google Forms. I got a form today asking me how I wanted to be paid, basically. So I filled the form out and I sent that back in. And there are, I think they've got 5 payment options in that form. I wonder if I got the form handy. I can tell you what they are. I didn't understand most of them, I'll be quite honest with you. Let me just see if I can find that. Here we go. The payment options are Bitcoin. Okay, that's the one that I've chosen, Bitcoin. Most of the others, I don't know what they are. Well, I've heard of them, but Cash App, I've heard of, but I've never used. Zelly, I've heard of, but I've never used. Venmo, I don't even know what that is. PayPal, I don't use anymore. That's it. Those are your options for getting paid. And they sent that form to me today. I filled it in and sent it off. I did ask them if there was any email confirmation, because originally they were sending email confirmations, and they said they changed the system and they don't do it now. All they need is that they have a longer form that you fill out saying how much you think you should be getting and on what date and this sort of stuff. And then they send you this form out for how you're going to get paid. Does that mean that we are going to get paid? No. Does it mean we won't get paid? No. It means we're still wondering if by the 14th, I'll be saying, yeah, we got paid because we put in 1,400, which was from commissions in the double up plan, actually. That 1,400, if we get paid, turned into $7,000, which is pretty good, isn't it? We'll take a lump of it out, be on the safe side, and we'll chuck a bit more back in and see how far we go. If we can take 2,000 out, that means we've made a small profit, $600 profit, put 5,000 back in. If it goes for the second 15 days, we've got another 25 grand, which is very, very useful to us. So we have to wait and see. But that is where we are with that. We've got about 100 people that have expressed interest in that. Some of them will say, "Oh no, I'm not in for that. I can understand that. I mean, um, I suppose I've always been a bit of a risk taker. So for me, it's yeah, okay, I'll have a go at it. If I lose, I lose. It's not going to break my heart. Money has never meant much to me. I have to be a bit more careful now because I'm handling your money. We share abundance money. But if it was mine, yeah, okay, I'll have a go, boom. And if I lose it, I lose it. And if I win, I win. Um, and when I've had big days, I mean, I've had plenty of days where I've got $20,000 or $30,000 in income and things like this. And usually it's all gone, to charity or to help somebody out somewhere or do something. I've never really been money orientated. Okay, so who else have we got? We've got accommodating from Nigeria as well. Um, so that's an interesting development on that. I just thought I'd keep you up to date with it. In about the same time, 14th, 15th, AAS is supposed to be coming back online. Whether it does, whether it's a bit later or a bit before, or it never really comes back, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But if it comes back, that was doing really well. That was a good program. We started off with not very much in there as well, and we've gradually built that up. The referral income in AAS is not very much. I think it's 5% of the income that is generated by your referrals, and it's only one level. So, unless you've got people that have chucked a lot of money into it, the referral income, it doesn't add up to much. On the other hand, if you're in Vortic, which I believe is the safest program out there, then the referral income from Vortic is really, really good. They've got a really good compensation plan. CoinMarketBall as well. The compensation plan's okay. It's not as bad as AAS, and it's not nowhere near as good as Voltic, but it's there. It's a compensation plan. There's funds. They've got a decent compensation plan. It's once again, it's sort of middle of the road type thing. But it looks to be fairly solid, but you never know how long things are going to last, and that's why you need multiple income streams. That's why we'll keep looking for them. There was one that I was testing, and it paid out, but I got a funny feeling about it somehow. Um, they were always hounding me, to get going and then to bring all my referrals in, and we'll help you and we'll do, and the site had hidden agendas, which I believe they've fixed because I complained about them. Like there's $100 annual fee that you've got to pay, which nobody knew about. It wasn't on the website. You've got to pay that before you can make any withdrawals. But they gave me a withdrawal without paying it. Why? You know, lots of things that I didn't really like about it. The withdrawals aren't automated either. You can't put them in on the site. You've got to go to Telegram and let them know that you want to make a withdrawal, and they say how much you want to withdraw, and then you put it in on the site. But until they've sort of authorized it through Telegram, it doesn't, So I thought I'll not bother with it because I'm going to have members asking me all sorts of questions, about that. Um, we'll wait and see. We will keep looking for things that may be advantageous. There's one called Uno Bitcoin, which I joined out of curiosity. It's 0.0001 Bitcoin to get started with it, which is next to nothing. But the fees are higher than the amount you're paying. So you've got to count that in as well. You probably end up paying, I think it's about 270 or 280. It's less than $3 for your contribution. It's all peer to peer. You pay directly to somebody, and it all goes to them. There's no admin fees that I can see anywhere. But for that $2, you probably end up paying $7.50 or something because of transaction fees. And like, you can't pay as little as that from some sites, like Binance. You can't pay a small amount. The minimum you can pay from Binance is 0.003, I think. 0.003, sorry. So your first level in this Uno Bitcoin is 0.001, and then it's 0.002. So you've got to find somewhere that you can pay tiny amounts, and you want to find somewhere that the fees are going to be not too high. I mean, I used Atomic, but like I say, it cost me, I think, to get into levels 1 and 2, which should have cost me a total of $8 plus fees. It cost me about $20, 20 odd dollars, I think, because of the fees. But I'm looking at it. It's interesting. I think it would help our members. That's the main thing, because of the way that the plan works. It's a sort of 3, and once you've got your 3, if you refer more people, they're given to people that are on your front line. So it would definitely help our community, because we could get a lot of people that would be involved in that, and it would be pretty, a lot of them would get their 3 fairly quickly through their system. But I've not really spent enough time looking at it. I've not got enough time. But they've got a nice, interesting system. It's a nice site. They've got a little ebook, that PDF file that you can give away, that talks about affiliate marketing and how to market their plan and how their plan works. And that has your link built into it. And it's nicely done. But I'm not sure. I think we'll probably give it a go. But those are the issues I have with it, really, are the fees in Bitcoin. It's a pity that they're using Bitcoin, because it sounds attractive. You can get started for under $3. But then when that $3 costs you nearly 10 because of fees, it's less attractive. Okay, anyway, that's enough of that. I do have numbers. We had a good day yesterday, numbers-wise. Not extraordinary, but a good day. Today's more back to normal where we've been. We have a net increase of 4 in our registered members to 38,886. We have an increase of 7 in our active members to 3,547. And we went up $1 in our bonus pool in Multiply Visa, sorry, from the revenue share that you get for just logging in there. Have I got any other news that I should be covering? Share certificates. We've had people buying share certificates from Miracles, and we got those all sent out today as well. Been doing a lot of catching up on bits and pieces. There is one thing I need to catch up on, and that is one of the members in the secondary staking, the guy from, I've forgotten his name now, Michael Lockhart, I think his name is. He's in the Bahamas, and he's now got about $40 or $50 due to him, and I can't pay him because he's not got his wallet set up. And I did start trying to go through that with him, but it seems he's only got an old phone He doesn't use a computer, and his phone is old, and I don't really know how to help him. But I must get in touch with him. I think that's the main outstanding thing that I've got in trying to help him. We don't have anybody else in the Bahamas, I don't think so. Unfortunately. But I'll try and get in touch with him again and see if I can get it sorted out. But I'm not good at using a phone, and mine is more up to date than his, even though mine is old. Mine is 2 or 3 years old, I think. Um, so there we are. I've got a file with Company House for our thing. Oh, Connect. I would like to have a webinar on the on passive webinar system, OConnect. I don't think it streams to different social media channels. I think it is just a sort of standalone webinar thing. And I'm not quite sure how many of the features that they've talked about are already in it. But it would be perhaps good to have a little webinar on there that we could use for explaining what we are and inviting people to join. And there should be a way, and I'm not sure whether that is available on there at the moment, there should be a way of attaching your affiliate link to the webinar. So that instead of saying, what they'll say is, get in touch with the person that invited you. Now, half the time you don't know who it was anyway. You got an email from someone and you say, oh, I'll have a look at that. And the email's gone. And then you try and join, and it says you've got to have a sponsor's link to join, and you don't know the sponsor, you give up. But in this OConnect, you are supposed to be able to add your affiliate link in when you invite people somehow. I don't know whether that is active in it. I've not had a chance to look at it properly. But if it is, then that's a good thing. We could do this, and then you could invite people to go to the replay of the webinar, and it would then carry your affiliate link in, and boom, Bob's your uncle, as they say. Okay. I don't think I've got anything else for you. Can't see any questions here. I'm going to check in Melon now, see if there are any questions in there. Lewis gave people a chance today. He wasn't in so early, but he is here. I see he is there from Portugal in YouTube. Let me scroll down. No questions. No questions asked. No answers given. Okay. So that's it. I'll be here same time, same place tomorrow. We should have, as I say, Remuno sorted out. I don't know how we'll get on with the challenge that we have with this, the possibility of bots attacking our Fun Miracle site. We will be working on it. It is time consuming to try and cover all the angles in that. I came up with the idea of it being, instead of the questions being in text format and the answers even being in text format, they would be in the format of images, GIFs or whatever they call them. But apparently the box would have optical text reader or whatever they call it, and would be able to read the image in the same way that a human can. So so that was something that may be effective based on the timing that is involved. It may limit the amount of time that they've got to do that, and then check it out and get the answer and put it in. But alone, it wouldn't be sufficient security. There is the possibility of adding captures to every question, That would be a real burden and a pain for everybody, and it may help, but it wouldn't necessarily solve it completely either. There's lots of things that we've been sort of looking at and different ways. Of course, there would have to be registrations, and we could look for patterns. And there is anti-cheat software out there which looks for patterns and picks out things that uh, are potentially cheats, and then it can block them. And so there are lots of options, but it's finding what is going to work for us. So there, um, somebody's saying, yeah, reminding everybody about Avazu round robin details to be announced in Saturday's webinar. I think if you're not in the round robin now, you've lost your chance anyway. So it's only going to be a verification, a way of verifying if you actually qualified to get in there. Um, but yeah, get on. You should be trying to get on Wednesdays and Saturdays webinars anyway. Dave is back in Las Vegas now. Paul, who was with him in the um, in India, um, picked up an infection in India in his leg, and he's back home. He's been back home for a while, but he went to the quack and they've had a look at it, and they think the infection is in his bone, which isn't too good, and he's been hospitalised again. So prayers for Paul, please, and get on Avazu's webinars, okay? Thanks for the reminder of that. I'm not sure who it was because I'm in the middle of nap and I can't see. But yeah, get on the webinar on Saturday. It's 5 p.m. London time. I'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 7 p.m. London time, YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group. We share abundance publicly. Until then, get out there, be of service to people. It'll make you happy. It'll make them happy. You'll be even happier, and you'll find that everything you want and need in life will start flowing towards you. Just do it. Go the extra mile. Until tomorrow, I'll see you later, alligator. In a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. I see you later, alligator. Go the extra mile. See you later, alligator.